Hi everybody, how are you? Hey, it's so great to see you. Hi everybody, so great to see you. Hey, my name's Kermit the Frog. How about you? Hey, good to see you. Hey, good to see you.
You are welcome.
How's everybody? How's everyone doing today? Good. Oh, you look kind of shocked. Look like you've seen a ghost.
But it was a monster.
Oh, monster? Oh no, it's okay.
It was Grover.
Oh, Grover? Well, he's a friendly monster. It's okay. Yeah, how are you? Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Hi, what's everyone's names? Oh, and what's your name? Is your name Jack? Like Jack and the Beanstalk?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. And how about you, the one with the purple and red socks? Hi, how are you? Would you like a hug? Here we go. Hi, it's nice to meet you. Yep. Yeah, there's a sister. Or like my eyes? I got them when I was a tadpole. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I'm still getting used to my hands. That's why I have Mr. Reed here. He's lending me a hand. Yep, it's really lending me a hand. Yeah. I got the yep, that's my tongue. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm here to see everybody and read a story and maybe sing a few songs. Would you guys like that? Hi, how are you? Are you saying Jack? I like your, are you Frankenstein? Oh, I like that. It's green. Would you like a hug? Or high five? We can do a high five. Oh, nice move. Got a good grip there. Yeah, good grip. All right, really good grip. Well, yeah, anyway, so I'm here to read you a story. Would you guys like to hear a story?
Yeah.
You do? Oh, yes, awesome. So, Mr. Reed, I'm going to have you to help me sit down. All right. I got to tell him what to do. All right, so what do we have here today? Can everybody see the book? I don't know if you need help. Yeah, some help. You know, if you can see my arms, that's why I have the poles. He's someone else with them. All right, now this is called New in Town. It's a book about shyness, because sometimes it's hard being shy. Now, the book starts with Bean the bunny on the back of a moving van, looking at his new neighborhood. Hear that? Yeah, he was wishing he hadn't moved at all, because sometimes it's scary going to a new neighborhood. And I was like, now his mother said, there were two kids right there in the book. Why didn't you go say hi? That's me trying to be his mother. But Bean said, I don't think so. His mother said, too shy? Bean said, yeah, too shy. But outside, it was Fozzie and myself, Kermit the Frog. We were playing a game of catch in my backyard. But we just had to be careful of the lily pad because the ball went there and I have to jump in and get it. But I suddenly saw Bean the bunny. I'm like, hey, it's a new kid. Yeah? Oh. Yeah, it's okay to be shy. And the Fozzie Bear's like, should we go say hello? And I said, okay. Maybe he'll want to play with us. But then Bean saw Fozzie and myself coming, and he jumped down from the back of the moving truck, and he ran right into his house. I was like, I guess he's not too friendly. Fozzie said, I guess not. But we didn't know that Bean was just having a shyness attack. It's like a panic attack, but you're just a shyness attack. Yeah. But then inside the house, Bean was feeling scared. He thought, what if they don't like me? In my old neighborhood, everybody liked me, but that's just because they knew me. Can you move? Here we go. Can you see the page? Do you see Bean the bunny right there? He's scared. He's shy. He's in a new neighborhood with people he doesn't really know. Not yet. Okay. But then, of course, Bean looked out the window at us, and he thought, I'm probably really different from them. They look like they're such good friends. Why would they want to be friends with me? Were you doing great? Yeah. Of course, the next day, Bean was at the supermarket with his mother, and there, next to the cottage cheese, was Miss Piggy. Of course, she's here at cottage cheese. When she saw Bean, of course, she smiled at him, but Bean thought, oh no, what do I do? So he ducked behind his mother until Piggy had gone. Now, that Monday was Bean's first day at school, so Piggy and Skeeter saw him standing in the schoolyard before the bell rang. Now, Skeeter asked, who's the new kid? This is me trying to get Miss Piggy. Now, Miss Piggy said, I don't know, but I don't think he's very friendly. That's what Piggy does. You should hear when she sleeps, all right. Turn the page, please.
I sure can.
Oh, yes, you should. Now, can everyone see the book?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in 2 weeks, every day was, for weeks, every day was the same. Bean spoke to no one and played with no one. He just stayed in his room every day after school. His mother said one afternoon, I don't understand it. You were never shy in your old neighborhood. In fact, you were, well, sort of loud. Bean said, well, I knew everybody there, and I don't know anybody here. And on one cold day in October, Bean was walking home alone from school. As usual, he took the short way cutting across the park, and as usual, he was glad nobody was around. That meant they wouldn't have to try to talk to anybody. Well, that sounds kind of lonely. What do you think about that? Not wanting to talk to everybody? It's sad. Now the sky got darker, and Bean felt a drop of rain on his nose, then another, and another, and another, and another. And then before you know it, suddenly there was a flash of lightning, and then a moment later, a rumble of thunder. Can everybody do thunder?
Yeah.
What does thunder sound like? Boom, yeah, just like that, yeah. And Bean thought, uh-oh. So he walked faster, and the rain started coming down harder. Then there was a bright crack of lightning and a loud clap of thunder soon after. Now, what does the effects of lightning sound like? You hear a clap? So on the count of three, everybody clap. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and clap! Yeah, just like that. Yeah, so let's do it one more time, really loud. 1, 2, 3, and clap! Yeah, just like that. Now, Bean looked around the area, and he knew it wasn't safe to be out in the open in a lightning storm, so he had to find shelter. But where could he go? Finally, he thought, he could stay in the shed where all the baseball equipment was stored. So Bean made a run for it. This is him kind of running. And of course, Bean sprinted the last few steps to the shed, yanked open the door, and ran inside. Phew, he was safe. The rain pounded on the roof, and another thunderclap sounded. Let's do another thunderclap, everybody. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and clap! Yeah, that was great. And of course, Bean's eyes began to adjust into the dark, and he could make out a rack of baseball bats, a scoreboard, and a stack of faces. Suddenly, he noticed 2 pairs of eyes staring out at him. A voice said out, he said, hello, who's there? Of course, Bean answered nervously, Bean the bunny, the new kid, who are you? Then suddenly, Bean heard 2 sighs of relief, and of course it was just Fozzie and myself. We got caught in the rain too and took shelter in the baseball equipment shed. So I said, all right, just me, Kermit the Frog, and Fozzie the Bear, the ones who play baseball. And of course, Fozzie was like, yeah, stay here where it's safe and dry, and, keep us company. So, yep, your turn, page.
Okay.
And I was just telling Bean that, now Fozzie was just telling me a werewolf joke. And Fozzie's like, yeah, a werewolf joke. And of course, Fozzie Bear went to say, which side of a werewolf has the most fur? So of course, Bean said shyly, I don't know. And Fozzie just laughed and he said, the which side of a werewolf has the most fur? The outside! Of course, Fozzie would go like, waka, waka, waka. And of course, I laughed, and so did Bean, and that really broke, it kind of broke the ice, as they say. And so Fozzie asked Bean, so he asked, do you know any jokes? So Bean thought about it, and finally he said, yep. what's worse than finding a worm in your apple? So I asked, well, what? That means that finding the other half. Yeah, it's because it's in your mouth. And of course I'm like, yeah, gross. Now, I don't really like worms, but give me some mosquitoes and flies on the side, and I'm a good old day. Now, of course, but we laughed, it was a good time. Thank you so much for coming to the page. Yep, see, I'm trying to work my hands cool.
I know.
For a while after that, being Fozzie myself, we just listened to the rain beating on the roof. So finally I said, hey, let's sing a song. So of course we just sang a few songs, but does anybody know the ABC song? How does it start? What's the first letter of the alphabet?
A.
So it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time won't you sing with me? Yeah, that's great. That's good. Now I want to do another song. Now this one, it's not the ABC song, but it sounds just like it. Do you know Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? How does Twinkle Twinkle Little Star sound? How does it start? We start, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Yeah, give a big hand. That was really good singing. And of course, that's what we sang with being just to keep a company. And of course, we did say some ghost stories, but just too scary. It really made me want to go back into the pond, but they were just too scary ghost stories. But Fozzie finally pointed out the window and he said, look, the sun's coming out. And the rain had stopped pounding on the roof too. So it was great, like, whew. And of course, I said, let's go. Our parents are probably worried about us. So of course, being Fozzie myself, we gathered up our books and we went outside, and it was really beautiful. And there was even a rainbow in the sky. And of course, Bean said, hey, I'm glad we all ended up in here together. Fozzie said, me too. And I said, this was the most fun I've ever had during the thunderstorm. But let's not do it again, it was really scary. Of course, Bean finally admitted as we walked home, he said, when I first moved here, I was really shy. You seem so different from my old friends, but you're really a lot like them. So I asked Bean, well, what were they like? Bean thought for a moment, and finally he said, nice. They were nice. And now the next day, Fozzie and myself, we introduced Bean to Piggy and Gonzo and all our other friends of the whole entire Muppets. And from that day on, Bean the bunny, the shy new kid, was just plain Bean Bunny, part of the game. Yeah, the end.